At the age of 25, I've been able to build my own small business that's giving me the ability to work 100% online, travel the world, and really pursue my interest for surfing and all of my other hobbies. But the surprising thing is, I did not do what a lot of people say you should do when starting your own business. I didn't start a business that was my true calling in life or something that I was even really passionate about. Instead, I actually purely started my business to be able to quit my job and move out of Norway, my home country, and have the freedom to surf the best waves in the world. I decided to help e-commerce businesses with their Facebook ads as my business model. And this was definitely not because I, by any means, loved Facebook ads. It was purely because I knew that this was a thing that I know some about, and I can sell the service with almost 100% margin because I'm essentially just selling my own time. And there's also no risk. I don't have to buy a lot of assets. I don't need any startup capital. I can simply start my business with no risk and just selling my time. And really the only reason why I've been able to get to where I am today and have this freedom that I have is because I was able to let go of the notion that I needed to pursue my passion to start a business, and actually instead just purely focusing on having a cash flow business that could fuel my lifestyle. But that also meant starting out, it was extremely difficult because initially I had to take on pretty much any business I could get. So any clients that wanted to work with me, I pretty much had to say yes to if I wanted to make money. And that meant working with clients that simply sucked. They were not fun to work with. The type of clients that just are never satisfied, the type of clients that are hitting you up, asking you a million questions every day and just squeezing out as much hours of you as they possibly can. And when it got really stressful and difficult, it was actually pretty difficult to tell myself to keep going because I was helping a lot of clients that I didn't even enjoy working with. And in many cases, the clients I was working for, the e-commerce businesses, they weren't selling anything that was solving any major problem in the world. They were just simply tapping into our consumer economy by selling products that customers were just buying on impulse and they didn't even truly need. And this actually made me doubt my own business model so often. I was constantly thinking if I'd picked the right business model. I was looking at other businesses thinking that maybe that would be easier, maybe it would be more enjoyable, and maybe even the niche I was selling to, so I was selling Facebook ads to e-commerce, maybe there's a different niche that would be more enjoyable and easier to do. But at the core of it all, there was one deep question that was always the hardest one for me to deal with. And that question was, how can I be successful doing something that I do not truly enjoy? And even on a day-to-day basis, actually running my business, I am an extreme introvert. So I did not enjoy getting on client calls throughout the days, and I absolutely hated doing sales calls. Getting on a call, a video call, and selling myself and asking for money was something that was just so uncomfortable for me in the beginning. And I was also so scared that I was going to get rejected when I pitched my actual prices for my services. And this led me to charge too little money, which again made me not be able to outsource anything, and I had to do everything myself, earning very little money per client, and it was just a headache business to run. But the reason I did not quit was because I understood this one thing. Building a business is kind of like building a house. And the first house you build does not necessarily need to be the one you're going to live in for the rest of your life. Instead, once you've actually built the house, you can choose to either rent it out, or even if it becomes a really valuable and popular house, you can sell it and use the money from the sale to move into a different house. And similar to a business, once you get going with it, you can outsource the parts of running the business that you do not enjoy, making it a lot more enjoyable on a day-to-day basis. And that's essentially what I've now been able to do with my agencies 5 years after starting it. I've now been able to outsource the things that I do not enjoy and spend more time doing the things on a day-to-day basis that I actually get some energy from and that I enjoy doing. And if you build a business and you're actually able to sell it, then of course you can use that money to fuel a project that you're more passionate about, and you can then do that for longer without necessarily needing to make money right away. But if you're drawing your house and you think this is the house you're going to live in forever, or if you're starting a business model and you think this is the only business you can do forever, that makes it very difficult to start because there's so much pressure. And even the most successful entrepreneurs out there today has usually tried multiple businesses before they found the one that they're most passionate about, and also the one that makes them the most money and creates the most amount of value in society. Let's look at Elon Musk, for example. Obviously now he is known for SpaceX and Tesla, but initially he started Zip2 and X.com, now known as PayPal. And he was only able to start SpaceX and Tesla because he had the money, the funds, to pursue what he was mostly passionate about, which, as a lot of people know, is getting humanity to Mars. Another guy that had a big inspiration on me is Tim Ferriss. He started off building a supplement company, selling supplements online. And once he sold it, he was then able to go and write the 4-hour work week, something he was much more passionate about. And that turned into a huge success, obviously. And now he's a podcaster and a writer. But the reason why he's able to now be a podcaster and a writer is because he started something purely for the money, but then later on, because of the money he earned, he had now the freedom to go and pursue something that he was much more passionate about. Now, another guy you might know of, Iman Gadzhi, starting his own agency, but then actually getting into info products, shutting down the agency, and then transitioning into only selling info products and software. And another guy who's blowing up on YouTube at the moment, Danko. He started as a freelance web designer and now turned into a writer, podcaster, and just a digital creator selling info products and also building his software. Just go and look up any creator or any entrepreneur that you look up to or you get inspiration from and check out what they've done before they got to the point where they are now. They probably tried multiple different businesses or projects before they actually found their true passion and before they had the money to pursue their true passion. So where am I going with this? Well, the main idea here that I want to communicate to you is that it's really not about what house you build. It's about who you become and the skills and the tools that you acquire in the process of building. And this is extremely important to understand when you're starting out. When I started my business back in 2020, I had to get so many tools. And by tools, I mean skills. I needed to learn sales and marketing. I needed to understand how to analyze data and turn data into an actionable plan and strategy. And I needed to learn how to hire and outsource so that I can actually get my business to a more enjoyable day-to-day operation. But what I didn't know when I started out was that there was some much more important skills that I was going to learn in the process of building my business. One of them was learning how to have a positive mindset and being able to stay consistent and keep putting in the work despite how much the emotions on a day-to-day basis fluctuate as an entrepreneur. Another really important one was just having the skill and being comfortable by putting myself out there, just as I'm doing now, talking to a camera, putting myself out on YouTube, sharing my ideas, sharing my opinions with other people, and not being afraid of being judged by others. And also, over time, understand that I can actually achieve things that are very, very difficult. And even if I doubt myself quite a lot, but I still put in the effort, in the end, it's very likely I'm going to achieve what I set out to achieve. And there was no way I was going to learn these skills or acquire this mindset unless I started something and started to build. So looking back, I haven't been successful because of the business model I chose. I'm not successful because of the niche I decided to go towards. I am simply successful because I picked and I sticked. I chose the business and I learned the business and I stick with it for long enough to reap the compounding rewards that come when you put in a lot of effort over time. So now, 5 years after starting my agency, I'm finally starting my passion business alongside my cash flow business. One pays the bills and the other one fuels my soul. And having the deep understanding that my cash flow business isn't necessarily just to generate cash, it's actually to fuel something that I'm much more passionate about, to create value in the world, help other people, but also build a big and successful business in the process, which also for me turns into a big source of motivation of sticking with the cash flow business so that I can use it to fuel my passion business. And that is also the reason why you're seeing this YouTube video. Right now, I'm building a community called Lifestyle Designers Club. When I started my online business and my entrepreneurial journey, there was many parts of the journey that were extremely lonely and difficult. And personally, having experienced the value of having a like-minded community, both online but also in person, has made me learn how insanely valuable it is to make the journey of building something so much more enjoyable and so much more inspiring. And that is why I'm building this community to help other online entrepreneurs out in the world today. Lifestyle Designers Club is a hybrid community of online but also in-person events. And very soon we're going to announce the first Build and Live event, which is going to take place in September this year. So if you're an online entrepreneur and it sounds interesting to you to be a part of something where you build your business, whatever that business is, together with other people, you share ideas, you network, and you live together around the world in the coolest places you can imagine, then you should click the link in the description of this video and check it out and apply to be a part of this community. Now, for the first event we're doing in 2025, we're going to announce it very soon, and it's only going to be a very, very limited amount of spots available. So if you're interested, make sure you click the link down below right now and become a part of the free community, and then you will also get information about how you can sign up and be a part of the Build and Live event this year. So as I'm ending this video, just know that what you're building right now doesn't necessarily need to be the thing that you're the most passionate about. It's totally okay if you're starting it purely to have the money, the freedom, and the mind space to go out there and later on pursue your true passion and turn your cash flow business into something that's more meaningful to you. And thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please let me know in the comments if you liked it, and sign up to my newsletter if you're interested. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video on this channel.